Hi, I'm Tara. This is Gabby, Gurman, Natasha, Aman and Afrida. And we are from the inaugural Middle School Amnesty Committee. If you didn't already know, Amnesty International is a worldwide movement of people campaigning to protect human rights, with a vision of a world in which every person enjoys all the rights stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other international human rights standards. Around the world, Amnesty protects people and communities who are under attack, encourages governments and others to respect human rights, and raises awareness of international standards that protect us all. This year, we are aiming to give the middle school girls more of a voice and a chance to help with human rights issues. The issues we are aiming to bring awareness to are that there are young women all over the world being imprisoned after suffering miscarriages, and authorities wrongly suspected that they have terminated their pregnancies. We feel that this issue is not talked about enough, and we want to raise awareness because this could be you or the person sitting next to you if you lived in a different country and were raised under different circumstances. The other issue we are aiming to bring awareness to is that after the Nepal earthquake, there was sex trafficking of young women and children, and it's still going on as we speak. Over the past 2 weeks, more than 2,500 young women and children have been shipped over to Japan, South Korea, and other Asian countries and sold as sex slaves. To raise awareness and help stop and prevent issues like this from happening was one of the reasons I joined Amnesty International. I have been aware of issues like this happening for a while and wanted to do something about it, but didn't know how. Joining Amnesty has given me the voice to be able to actually do something to stop human rights violations. Without Amnesty, I would be a voice longing to be heard. Now I'm one of 7 million being heard all around the world. So, Gabby, why did you join Amnesty International?
I joined Amnesty because I saw a lot of things happening on the news, a lot of issues, and I wanted to somehow get my voice out there, spread awareness, even if I can't do much. Something's better than nothing.
Gurman, why did you join Amnesty?
I joined Amnesty because I wanted to be one of our 100 voices and also help others stand up for their rights and myself too.
Natasha?
I joined Amnesty because I had always seen the amazing things they were doing around the school, and I'd always wanted to be a part of it.
Aman?
Well, Tara, I joined Amnesty because I wanted to be a part of the overall change and to spread awareness for those who felt like they had no voice. So throughout the year, we have had a huge influx of girls joining Amnesty, and as a part of this group, we believe that our campaigns can dramatically benefit middle school society. Our role as part of the Middle School Amnesty Committee is to share and spread awareness for those who are having their human rights abused. We have focused on issues from refugees who have had no choice but to flee their homeland to escape war, genocide and torture, to those who are facing execution as a result of the death penalty. For those of you who are quite familiar with Amnesty International, you would know that it is an organisation that advocates for peace and justice. And yes, that is correct. But for me, it can be something much more simple. For me, it's a group of ordinary individuals working together to achieve an extraordinary change. When I was first made aware of Amnesty, I was excited that there was a place that I, as an ordinary individual, can make a difference. I've learned about many ongoing events, and that is the thing that I love about Amnesty the most. That it makes you stop and think about how privileged all of us are, and how our problems are never as big as they may seem. We realise that there are many who are struggling much more than us on a day-to-day basis. The goal, however, is not to make you feel sad or guilty that you worry about your own problems too much, but to inspire you and reinforce the idea that you can make a change. Now, Gabby, what significant worldly event has affected you the most?
I would have to say that would be the Nepal earthquake that happened earlier this year. I would say that because my family and we lost one of my family's friends in the incident. So it was just sort of something that touched close to home, and whatever I could do to help fix that would be something better. Yeah.
Great. Now, German, would you mind telling us?
Probably because one of the lots of refugees actually, they have been drowning, and not really Australian government is talking about it and everything.
Yes, thank you. Now, Natasha, would you mind telling us as well?
I would have to say gender equality, because why should we live in a society where especially women are discriminated against men?
Yeah, nice. And Tara?
Well, one of the biggest issues that I feel is really important is that women are being imprisoned for miscarriages, which is something they really can't control. And why should they be imprisoned and denied the rights that we're privileged enough to have?
Great answer. As the girls have all mentioned, Amnesty International launches many campaigns in response to significant international events. But one of the most significant accomplishments I see is the impact the organisation has on me and the rest of the committee. We rejoiced at the news of Peter Gresta's release. We mourned after the executions of Andrew Chan and Maran Sukumaran, and we are currently worrying due to the fact that Peter Gresta is facing another trial in Egypt. There is always something worth to fight for in Amnesty, because the world never falls short on problems. And with our team of more than 35 middle school students, we efficiently come up with campaigns. The reason I joined Amnesty was because being a woman, a person of colour, and on top of that, a Muslim, has been a struggle. What others perceive of my identity has been composed of what social media says, and I feel as if the value of my pure existence is being degraded. Jokes on terrorism, sexism, and racism are no longer something which I can pretend to laugh to. They have become intolerable. I have realized that they victimize me, and very slowly I am being compressed underneath the weight of false statements and inaccurate representations of my culture and my identity. Amnesty is a place where I can voice my thoughts and my opinions and give the perspective from the bullied side. As we bring awareness to the fact that all forms of discrimination and the forms in which they are portrayed, such as a joke or even a news report, we've discovered that they oppress people of their human rights. I am being oppressed of my rights because I cannot conform to societal expectations, and I am being silenced for being that individual. I know I may be only one of 7 million voices who are a part of Amnesty, but I know that this small step can lead me to be someone great and something bigger. And if I devote my time to make sure that future generations do not see or think in colour, judge others by their choice in faith, or judge others by who or what a person's specific preference of sexuality is, and just accept that instead of conforming to age-old stereotypes, people can be themselves, the world will be a much better place. I know that I no longer want to be defined or identified as the associate of a terrorist group, treated inferior just because I have darker skin, or seen different just because I'm a woman. Whether you like K-pop or country, Beyonce or Gaga, it's what you aspire to do that defines you. I aspire to be an advocate of world peace, maybe even the president or prime minister of a country one day, and Amnesty is the perfect place where I can officially begin to embrace my individuality, help others to do the same, and change what we see as weaknesses to an ensemble of magnificent strengths. Be proud of yourselves and remember that in a world of cacophony, there is still so much to look up to. Thank you.
I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and they've forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home.
Back where I belong. Welcome home. I never felt so strong, man. I'm back, feeling like there's nothing I can't try. And if you with me, put your hands high. You ever lost a life before? This one's for you. Put your hands high. The dreams are filled, you're rocking with the best. I'll be on the song. I hear the tears of a clown. I hate that song. I always feel like they talking to me when it comes on. Another day, another dawn. Another Keisha, nice to meet you. Get the math, I'm gone. What am I supposed to do when the club lights come on? It's easy to be puffed, but it's harder to be shown. What if my twins ask me why I ain't married their mom? Damn, how do I respond? What if my son stares with a